This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Sunny this afternoon, 24, with the 4 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamare.
All new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander with 10-year warranty, 10 years capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi.
4 Filipino sailors arrested over SA's biggest cocaine bust to face court via video link. They didn't apply for bail, with their lawyers requesting an interpreter at their next appearance later this month. The drugs worth $250 million were found dumped in waters off York Peninsula last month. The whole was just under half the total amount of cocaine seized across Australia last year. There have been 2 more COVID-related deaths in SA. Professor Nicholas FIVEAA says one was a child under 5.
This was a young person that had other very severe health problems and in fact had been on a palliative care pathway. But because they did test positive for COVID, it will be counted towards one of our COVID deaths.
The other victim was a woman in her 80s. With more than 5,000 new cases in SA again today, the number of active cases in the state has now topped 33,000. There are 169 people in hospital, with 7 in intensive care. The state's top Year 12 students will be honoured with a merit ceremony at Government House after an about-face. The SACE board has cancelled the ceremony due to rising COVID case numbers, with students to be recognised online instead. But new Education Minister Blair Boyer says that's not the same, and hopefully it can be held next month.
I'm confident we will make it happen face-to-face so these kids get that special occasion and that iconic photo out the front of Government House.
The Prime Minister says he's planning to govern in his own right without the help of independents. Scott Morrison is expected to pull the starter's gun on the official election campaign over the coming week. Opinion poll shows the coalition is lagging behind Labor, with the end result potentially a hung parliament. But touring Western Sydney, Mr Morrison says he's in it to win it.
I'm leading a government and I'm leading a Liberal national team that is putting itself forward for re-election in its own right. And just as we did last time, that's what we plan to do again on this occasion.
Now turning to FIVEAA Sport. Port Adelaide is promising a big response in tonight's showdown after a disappointing start to the season. The Power were humbled by 64 points against the Hawks, and small forward Orazio Fantasia says they know it wasn't up to scratch.
Yeah, we reviewed the game pretty hard, to be honest. Just the way we were playing and just some of the efforts just weren't what we expect of each other. So we had some pretty good conversations and just said, look, that's not the way we want to play. We are connected and we care for each other, and we didn't show any care on the weekend.
In the other game tonight, Melbourne play Essendon at the MCG. Meanwhile, we can expect more Thursday night football next season. AFL boss Gil McLachlan says they'll take their lead from the public.
We obviously do a lot of research on that, and coming out of COVID, the playing through the week, there's a strong appetite for Thursday night. We've traditionally played maybe 6 or so. We'll do the right amount what the crowds want. So I reckon there'll be more next year. How many we'll see as it plays out this year.
And Daniil Medvedev's quarterfinal exit at the Miami Open means Novak Djokovic will hold on to the men's world #1 ranking. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Look out for a crash at Northfield on the drive home, Hampstead Road near Bryans Road. Another collision, this one's at Glandore. It's on South Road near Anzac Highway. Heavy delays there at the moment. Marion smashed the 2 Marion Road just before Crossroad outbound delays, and Modbury burst water main, Grand Junction Road near North East Road. It's down to 1 lane outbound there as well. Cameras, Hillier Road, Ranella, Paris Creek Road at Paris Creek. For a limited time, ABN holders can enjoy a 4.99% interest rate on GLC and GLE mid-size SUVs when you finance with Mercedes-Benz Financial. Ends April 30. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Sunny this afternoon, 24. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 23. Sunday partly cloudy, 23. And Monday much the same, 25. Right now it's 22. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
See the extraordinary vision of the moment innocent residents are attacked with firebombs in Adelaide's west. A young child dies from COVID in Adelaide as authorities reveal when close contact rules could be scrapped. Car crime on the rise, how you can protect yourself. Plus a new buy now pay later scheme for rent and fuel. I'm Brenton Raglas. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
The FIVEAA Sport Show with Stephen Rowe. Adelaide's sport destination.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show.
It's here, Showdown 51. Welcome to our Friday night sports show. It is thanks to Rusden Wines, the home of the Black Gut Shiraz. Again, no Leith, no Tuggers. We are COVID riddled. So again, off the long run, with his little legs pumping, everyone's favourite, Timmy G!
Yeah, Rowey, how are you, mate? Gee whiz.
Don't go putting that smile on. You're nervous.
Yeah, I am nervous, I am, but that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
And never be afraid of nerves. But a Friday night showdown, albeit I reckon a token pseudo Friday night.
Well, it is because it's not national TV.
Nah, I reckon they've just teased the audience there on that one. So a bit disappointed, but it's a Friday night, it's a showdown. Both teams are, what would you say, making a lot of promises about what they're going to do.
Someone needs to deliver. I thought we'd do this. Give me in 30 seconds or more, the reason why Port will win tonight.
Short, sharp and shiny. They are a superior skill level, midfield superiority. Lysett will win the battle against Rob Riley. Georgiades kicks 5, the mids kick 7 between them, the defence keeps the Crows down to 6 goals, and, as your director said, Crows can't kick, can't handle, can't play.
Yeah, that hurts. There's a few...
That's a fest, mate.
No, that's good. There's a few ifs in there, Georgiades kicking 5, but they do have superior skill. I think their midfield is the winner. Here's what I've come up with, and I thought I'd start with what Port don't have.
Yep.
You told me what they have and what they could have.
Yep.
This is what they don't have. A second ruckman.
Cool.
They don't have a form ruckman.
Cool.
They don't have a Lear down back.
No, that's true.
Nor Cleary.
That's true.
They've got a one-legged Mackenzie and a second gamer as a key defender. Stop me when I'm saying something incorrect here.
I'm trying to.
They're 0 and 2.
That's correct.
This is where we'll get a little bit rosy. They don't like pressure. And I reckon they're just lacking a little bit of team confidence, not personal confidence. And you know what team confidence is.
You.
That's when you're all together as one. What Crows have is nothing to lose. I reckon they've got ruse words to motivate, and they'll use those. And a group that is very, very capable when they get it right. They are. Look at Geelong last year, Melbourne last year, the third quarter against Fremantle. I think that had scared the living by jingos out of Ken. This game will not be won on talent. It'll be the team that plays their game, whether it's Port's game or Crows' game, for longer and harder. And I think that's the Crows one wood. They're good scraggers, Timmy.
The Crows one wood is...
Hang on, have I talked you into a Crows?
No, who wants it bad enough?
Have I scared you even more?
I think you're right.
That's a good point.
Who wants it bad enough?
That's a good point.
And I think if Port want it bad enough, then they've got a skill level that'll get them there. If the Crows want it bad enough and Port don't, they'll just win it on grunt.
Well said. I think what you did and that's it. If I could have summarised it as a conclusion, I would have said those exact words.
Well, show's over. Thanks very much.
Timmy, that is
10 past 4. It's all over.
That is exactly right. I think both coaches know that. I like what Orazio Fantasia said on 5AA Breakfast.
I think we probably just don't have the right to be more arrogant at the moment, you know. We haven't played that well, so there's probably more pressure on us to perform. I'm not sure if you feel the same way, but there's definitely, we need to pull our finger out because we play like we did last week, we'll get done again.
Good words.
Yeah, and that's the desire factor. That's what he's talking about. You've got to want it more and really want it. And that's a big jump up from what we saw last week.
I agree. At yesterday's showdown presser, Port's coach Ken Hinkley, he spoke of the front six.
Well, we have to be as creative as we possibly can be, and we have to make some change, and we have to put some ability in there that can help kick goals maybe, and also we got to work with our delivery in there as much as we can. And now, look, our delivery last week, we had plenty of opportunities. The delivery wasn't where it needed to be, so if we deliver something similar, we'll be in similar trouble, I'd imagine.
Got 58 inside 50s last week, lost by, 10 goals, and let 9 goals won go D50, F50.
Yep.
He's worried about that front six.
And I think mainly a lot of that was that high entry into the forward line that came from overuse in the midfield.
Yep.
So I reckon if they can reduce the overuse, then they'll get better entries inside 50.
And they'll need to.
They need to.
Every Port supporter was waiting for this question to be asked. Toddy Marshall.
We had a week on the track like I haven't seen. Well, actually, I have. The last time we did it, we came out and turned things around. So I'm confident we'll come Friday night into a huge game. We'll pack this joint out. Our members and supporters will come out. We'll put on a show for them.
Okay, that was Matty Nicks. I was going to get to Matty Nicks. He spoke about Todd Marshall, he being Ken Hinkley. And stay with us, because we'll be speaking to Ken Hinkley with Bix after 5 o'clock, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I thank Port Adelaide and I thank Ken for giving us their time during the day. Anyway, here's Todd Marshall.
Well, we have to be as creative as we possibly can be, and we have to make some change, and we have to put some ability in there that can help kick goals maybe, and also we got to work with our delivery in there as much as we can. And now, look, our delivery last week we had plenty of opportunities. The delivery wasn't where it needed to be, so if we deliver something similar, we'll be in similar trouble, I'd imagine.
Surprised he's still there?
Absolutely, yeah.
He can ruck, second ruck, and I think his insurance if McKenzie falls over, and they must be worried about McKenzie. He hasn't seen out a game yet.
I think about Ken has shown enormous faith in Todd.
Yeah.
He's got to start paying it back.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got to give him something. And that's tonight. And I mean give a lot. Not just a little bit, a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that. We've heard about Matty Nicks and what he said. I'd love to hear Bix's take on that. What I do love about Nicks, he's very, very positive.
Yep.
And he gives the boys a group and a level of positivity. But again, a lot of negativity I'm hearing from Crows supporters, again, was their selection. Still no Riley Thilthorpe. That Crows game has just started. We'll speak to Tim Silvers after the break to see how Riley goes. But a lot of eyes will be on him if he does well in the sample. Pedler, who was recruited as a midfielder, gets dropped after 1 week after playing as a high half forward.
With tough spot.
Yeah, if you're developing a list and developing a midfield, when are you going to see those midfield? I watched the Sydney Swans midfield last night. Parker didn't play through the midfield a lot. Kenny didn't play through the midfield a lot. They're putting kids through there. They're turning it over.
It's not a bad idea.
I reckon Crows supporters want to see that.
Yeah.
Especially through the midfield.
No, totally agree, and I'm with you. But Thilthorpe for me he's your future.
Well, I think he will be.
He's your future. So,
but they do too. They see him day in, day out. But the other thing that confuses me with Thilthorpe, we don't want to go on about it, but had the best pre-season ever. Burjo said we had to hold him back. I mean, he is absolutely flying. Pick 3 people that have done the best pre-season. Yep. The 3 he picked are in the 2s. Yeah. I'm just...
What's that saying about Burjo? What are you saying?
Oh, I don't know. Hey, game 2, Australia versus Pakistan. What a match. Pakistan won by 6 wickets. It was a world record chase of 352. Here's our skipper, Aaron Finch, who landed a first ball quack.
Yeah, I thought 350 was a good score, but the wickets played very well throughout the whole 100 overs of the game. I thought we did quite well with the ball. There was just some times when Pakistan took the risks and they came off, which can happen in one-day cricket. And when you've only got 4 players out in the middle overs of the game against some good players with a lot of options, it can be hard to keep them on strike for a period of time and cut down the boundaries. But we tried very hard. It was just not to be tonight.
A first ball duck. His last 12 innings. 0.0. He needs to pull his finger out his lemonade's ass.
Yeah, look, it's they're tough pitches over there. Once you get a roll on, he's right.
Well, not for Trav Head. He got 89 off 70, 101 in the first one.
He's batting really well. But, yeah, look, Finchy probably isn't going to be the skipper for...
Well, we've got a World Cup coming up, is why I mentioned that.
They've got to find one, don't they?
I think they're going to have to, because Warner will come back. If Trav keeps doing that, he's got to be in the shuff. Anyway, have you say, if you want to, about the cricket, did you watch it? And after popular demand on our Sip and Save text line, Pembo, for those that missed, at 7:20, wanted to reply to Caro on our show yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Caro again brought up the camp.
She was trying to be a bit... mischievous, and you jumped all over it.
Whatever word you want in there. So we played the Caro grab to David and Will 5AA breakfast this morning. Have a listen to Pembo's response.
Stephen, look, there's some interesting comments and recollections about to come out about a big event that happened in footy a few years ago, and certain people involved are finally going to give their side of the story.
You're not talking about the bloody camp again, are you?
I will tell you one thing. There was a quill award that was allegedly being discussed by the Melbourne Press Club that was won by Sam McClure. Certain people were a bit premature in saying that Sam McClure had lost that award. I think you might find that Sam McClure will remain the winner.
Oh my God. Shit, they are just like a broken record, those two. The hinge and bracket of football journalism, old Caro and boy wonder, Sam. Can they talk about anything other than themselves? Yeah. She's retired now. What does she do? Sit around on the couch at home, mooching around in a tracky dax. trying to hoover up little tidbits about that damn camp for a living. What a miserable way to spend your post-journalistic career.
Bang! Cop that and play fair. I love how he calls my mate Scoop-de-Doo the boy wonder.
Yes.
Why haven't we heard the end of this?
Yeah, it's one of those stories
Because
you just want to go to bed.
they want to keep playing it on. Yeah. Anyway, while we got Pembo, we're right.
Well, I'll tell you what, yeah.
Imagine Pembo at 5 o'clock with me, with Caro, next Thursday. I might invite him.
Oh, invite him in.
Sam's saying no. Sam's his producer.
He's under COVID protocols
I'll
at the
ring
moment.
Nick Karasoulis from Harvey Norman. If he says yes, Pembo, are you listening? Pembo, 5 o'clock next Thursday, you and me. Talking about that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Crows CEO, Tim Silvers.
Each week on the FIVEAA Breakfast Show, David and Will talk to star players from the Adelaide Crows. Thanks to Leader Computers, Australia's largest Australian-owned PC manufacturer, based right here in Adelaide.
As one door closes, another opens for your chance to win the new $4 million grand prize in the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery. The fully furnished Scott Salisbury home in Henley Beach has it all, including $1 million cash, with over 10,000 prizes to win, including luxury cars and getaways. You don't want to miss this one. Join the fight and get your tickets today at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14166.
Aussies have always made stuff. And some of our best work happens in our own backyard.
Oh, nice.
Just like our growing defence industries. Talented Aussies and private businesses working together to supply our Defence Force. At the same time, creating thousands of local jobs. To get involved, search Defence Industries Careers. Our future, made in our own backyard. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Now, you could win up to $500 in Flight Centre gift cards, all thanks to Sip and Save. How do you do that? Well, Sip and Save are giving away this amazing prize every minute. All you need to do is pick up any specially marked 24 or 30 pack of Hahn Superdry and enter online at sipandsave.com.au. Now, this huge Flight Centre gift giveaway is exclusive to Sip and Save. Now, this is good for me because the Lakes Hotel got a Sip and Save drive-through. I'll just head my way through there and I'll grab either Hahn Superdry 24 pack, $46.99, or a Hahn Superdry 3.5 30 pack, $49.99. Bargain, that's me. And for even more great offers, head in store or just visit sipandsave.com.au. Don't miss your chance to win up to $500 in Flight Centre gift cards. This is fantastic stuff from Sip and Save. Term and conditions apply. See the website for details.
The roar of the crowd. The excitement in the stands before the teams run out. That first bounce. There's nothing like round one of the Host Plus Sandful League. It's catching up and standing together with mates. It's tradition. It's quality footy. It's a day of entertainment and free entry for the kids. And it's those classic game day vibes. Round one of the Host Plus Sandful League this weekend. Nothing beats it. Visit samful.com.au for match info.
Are you tired of paying high electricity bills month after month? We have the right solution for you. Spill your bills with NTS Solar today. When it comes to savings, it's about getting the best solar system in your household. NTS Solar has been installing solar systems for more than 30 years, making them the best people for energy savings. So why not dial these guys to solve your problem? For more information, visit ineedmysolar.com.
Hey, it's Callum here. It's not by chance that Edwardstown Mazda is located bang on South Road. They wanted to make it easy to get your car serviced. Any make or model. Make a pit stop at Edwardstown Mazda.
It's gotta be
edwardstownmazda.com.au.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
Oh, a big show to come. Tim Silvers very shortly. He'll be live down there at Adelaide Oval. Charlie Dixon is coming into the studio. And don't forget Bix after 5 o'clock. And we have Ken Hinkley live at around 5:20. Big show.
Now, I know you're chafing at the bit to get to the Crow CEO, but before we do, let's check your drive home. The traffic, thanks to amazing deals on Mitsubishi and the used cars at Wavell Mitsubishi and Southern Mitsubishi, all driven by Australian Motors.
Look out for a smash out in Northfield. That's on Hampstead Road near Bryans Road. Another collision. This one's at Glandore South Road near Anzac Highway. Heavy delays there at the moment. Wingfield got a breakdown. North-south motorway just past the Porter Expressway as you're heading into the city. And a burst watermain at Modbury slowing things up. Grand Junction Road near North East Road down to one lane outbound. Cameras Paris Creek Road, Paris Creek, and Perry Bar Road, Hallett Cove. Shop at Price Attack and get a shop scratch and win ticket. There's $90K worth of prizes and 1 in 3 instantly wins. Visit Price Attack today. Terms and conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Got a sip and save text here. Everyone's going on about Port's team are a worry and who should be dumped and why Marshall's in, etc., etc. If they lose tonight, it'll be Kinkley under the pump, worse than Matty Nicks. That's Russell from Toorak Gardens. No one's under the pump round 3. It's round 3. Come on. Do you agree?
It's a long season, I agree, but it's not a great start if you're 0-3.
Well, it's not, but it's how you play. Port wouldn't want to play like they did last week.
No.
On the back of how well they played
the week before without a result.
Mate, fans have got to give it a bit of time. Pump the brakes, please. Hey, it's Showdown 51. It's a 7:50 start. We're expecting a big response by both clubs. Joining us is Crows CEO Tim Silvers. Tim, welcome, and let's hope your response is bigger.
Yes, thanks, Rowey. Thanks for having me. I'm already at the game, and the sample, the double header has started, and we've kicked the first 2. Just a bit of a score update for you.
Okay, did Thilthorpe get both of them?
Matty Wright's kicked the first 2, and Strawny's having a shot as we speak.
Beautiful.
So it's a good start. It's one of the strongest sample teams I've seen us put out for a while. So we do look like we're creating a bit more depth, which is great.
Brilliant. Fingers crossed for a big crowd tonight. It's a showdown. It's Friday. Beautiful weather. What's the projections?
Well, the positive is that we've nearly sold out of every public ticket, which has been fantastic. I've just come through the city. The city's abuzz. It's Friday night lights, like I said. We're hopeful of a crowd around 40,000. That depends on how many members get involved and come and sit in their seats. So I implore every Crows member to get on board, get behind the team, support our young players, because they're going to have a real thrill to play in front of 40,000. The majority of our players wouldn't have played. I think the highest most of them have played in front of was around 31 from last year. So get behind our team, give them the support they deserve.
Hey, Tim Ginniver, you really pushed hard to get this Friday night showdown. Are you disappointed it's not standalone?
Oh, look, I'm a glass half full sort of person. I know that we've been pushing as a state to try to get a showdown on a Friday night, and we haven't been successful. So to get sort of halfway there, I think is a real positive. We'll deliver tonight. There'll be a big crowd. We'll show the rest of the country what it's like to see this rivalry on a big stage. So we're hopeful that come this time next year that we got a standalone fixture, but we'll take it. A Friday night, like I said, the city's abuzz. There's a lot of support here already. We think it's going to be a terrific outcome.
From the executive's perspective, how have you seen the team's first 2 games?
Oh, look, we're disappointed. There's no doubt. I know we're part of a rebuild and we can expect some ups and downs, but look, we were really inconsistent in our 2 performances. We had a couple of good quarters against FIVEAA, but we were just disappointed in the outcome against Collingwood. It was a bigger stage at the MCG and we just didn't deliver. So there's a stronger expectation this year, so we need to bounce back tonight.
Tim, a lot of noise around your director, Mark Rasciuto's comments. Matty Nick said, I got no dramas with it. Did anybody have any dramas with it?
Oh, look, we're all aligned at the footy club. Like, they're most of the conversations that are happening internally at the moment. Like I said before, we were disappointed with the outcomes of the last 2 games, especially our execution by hand and foot. So we know we've got to get better. We've got to have tough conversations in footy clubs, and that's just part of it. And we just got to move on. The great thing about footy is that 6 days later, we got the opportunity to come back and put on a strong performance, a performance that our members and our fans can be proud of.
Those comments were made publicly. I get they're internally for everyone to hear. A few people were rattled by it. Did you or John chip him or question him or say, listen, I'd rather you didn't do it?
From my end, we're talking, all the footy leaders, we're talking constantly, and we have tough conversations like they do footballers. So we're in constant dialogue with footy director, head of footy, coach, and we just need to be really strong and in our messaging, and that's just part of what we do, and that's the expectation we expect from the players.
Okay. You're confident the lads can get it right today, get the skills right and have a win? You've seen them this week. We heard Nixie in the presser for the showdown say it's the best he's seen them train. Nice and positive, Tim?
Oh, look, I've been really positive all through the pre-season. I think our pre-season was terrific. We had a little hit with COVID about 3 to 4 weeks before our first game that dropped us back a little bit. So our confidence was reasonably high. We've taken a bit of a hit in our first 2 performances, but we've got some confidence in our players. We've got some really good leaders. We've got Rory Laird coming back. And we just need to put on a good performance tonight that's consistent, show our DNA, be strong and hard at the footy, be direct. So hopefully you'll see a much better performance tonight.
And Tim, I know you guys are in pursuit of a new home. How's that going along?
It's been a long journey for us around securing this new site. As I've said publicly a few times, we've shifted our focus to Thebarton Oval. We've been working with the City of West Torrens over the last month or two, and negotiations continue with the sample. So we're looking, we need to come up with an outcome really soon, but we understand these negotiations take time.
Labor's been in power for 2 weeks. Have they spoken to you yet about Brompton or possibly North Adelaide Aquatic Centre, getting it back on the table, Tim?
Look, we have reached out to the government just to have an informal chat about some of those opportunities, but it's no doubt the focus for them has been around delivering on some of the promises that won them the election. They had a terrific campaign and thoroughly deserved the win, and I'm sure we'll touch base with them in a not too distant future.
Well, Adelaide 500's on. That was a promise. Yours was the other one.
Oh, I think there might have been $3 billion worth of promises there, Rowey. So I think there's a bit to work through.
You're way down in the cookie barrel, are you, Tim?
Yeah, something like that. I'm sure we're a priority somewhere. Okay. But look, we missed out on that site, and we understood that. We've dusted ourselves off. We've shifted our focus to Thebarton, like I said, and haven't had any formal conversations with the government since.
Good on you, Tim. Before you go, you're live at Adelaide Oval. You're there. Give us a score and an update. Where are they? Almost at quarter time?
Yeah, well, it's 15 to the Crows, Port at 8. They've just kicked a goal. It looks like it's a willing contest. But like I said before, love as many people, many Crows members to get down and watch the game. And also don't forget, AFLW prelim tomorrow, free entry. Come and watch our girls hopefully make it into the grand final, which would be our 4th in 6 years.
Fantastic. Tim, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Massive game tonight, Friday night showdown. If you are a member, why would you not go tonight? It's a showdown.
Looks like it's going to be a beautiful evening too.
It's going to be perfect. You've paid all that money. You've supported the club.
Get down
You
there.
probably pledged your money. Port supporters, there are still walk-up GAs.
Yes.
I think there'll be a lot of Port supporters there. Surely there'd be more than 40,000 if they nearly outsold all their GAs.
Yep. No, I reckon it'll be a great crowd.
And again, tomorrow, I think it's 2:10 or 2:20 start for the girls.
2:10, correct.
They win, they're into another grand final.
It's a fair record.
And that's free, so load the pack.
Four
as
GFs
well.
in 6 years. It's a fair record.
We're off to the news. When we come back, we've got a big show to come because the big fella at 203 centimetres, who came in one of his 19 cars.
In the blue corner.
Charlie Dixon.
5AA Breakfast. The biggest cocaine bust in South Australian history, estimated to a street value of some $250 million. Assistant Commissioner Peter Harvey from the AFP joins us.
Were these drugs actually destined for South Australia?
Informing Adelaide.
It's pretty clear from what we see and looking at the sheer volume here that it was going everywhere. We're more confident that it clearly not just for South Australia.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. 4 sailors arrested over SA's biggest cocaine bust have faced court via video link. They didn't apply for bail. SA has recorded another 5,134 new COVID cases today and 2 deaths. Australia will provide Bushmaster military vehicles to Ukraine following a request by the country's president. And Port Adelaide will start favourites for tonight's showdown despite missing several key players. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Look out for a burst water main on the drive home. Grain Junction Road near North East Road. Down one lane outbound, slowing things up too. Another burst water main at Houghton. That's on North East Road near Houghton Hollow Road. And Hope Valley, urgent electrical works, Reservoir Road near Hyson Avenue. Got delays from an earlier smash South Road near Anzac Highway, with cameras Hillier Road, Brunella, Lonsdale Road, Howard Cove. Score 6 KFC original recipe chicken pieces for $6.95. Only on the KFC app before 6 p.m. Not everywhere or forever. Max 2 each. Delivery fees apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight, a low of 11. Sunny tomorrow, 23. Right now, it's 22. More news at 5 o'clock and As It Happens on 5AA.
If you have a personal alert system that relies on a landline and is connected to your NBN modem, then be aware it may not be able to make an emergency call during a blackout. It's a worry, but Care Alert has a solution. You could be eligible to upgrade your system to the latest Care Alert Smart Dialer for only $99. That's right, $99. That's a massive 75% off. For more information, go to carealert.com.au or call 1300 75 85 95.
Ned's early payout is on the AFL. Place a head-to-head bet on any game this round, and if your team is up by 20 points or more at half-time, you win. Take the AFL to the Ned's level. First $250 staked. T's and C's apply. Visit the website for details. Gamble responsibly.
You can't go past IGA for hundreds of weekly specials right across the store. Like kettle potato chips, 150 to 175 grams selected varieties, $2.50 each. That's better than half price. Now at IGA. Offer ends April 5. Participating stores only.
Hear that? That's the sound of the wild calling. And it's calling you. The African lion is one of over 500 animals that you'll experience at Monarto Safari Park. The wild is calling. Are you listening? Book your tickets online at monartosafari.com.au.
Ever paid $30 for a schnitty? You've probably paid garnish tax. All those little alfalfa sprouts, parsley sprigs, the nonsense you push to the side, you're paying for it. Sure, it looks pretty, but there's nothing like a simple, hearty meal the way you know and love without garnish tax. 722 are cooking classics for just $14.90. Monday to Friday, lunch and dinner. Simple, tasty, $14.90. For a bar and bistro, the way it's meant to be. Visit 722 Port Road, Beverley.
Dave Benson Caravan's 3-day mega sale starts 1st of April, ends 3rd of April.
Over 70 new caravans and campers on the floor now. Ready to buy now.
But most exciting, discounts will be on all RVs. High quality Australian-made leading brand caravans, priced to sell over 3 days only.
Plus, all buyers go into the draw to win $5,000 towards your purchase.
Don't miss out, 3 days only, but must end Sunday, 3rd of April. Dave Benson Caravan, 64 Grand Junction Road.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
Yes, a big welcome back. Showdown 51. Unbelievable. And we're very lucky because our next guest has just joined us, Charlie Dixon.
Well, he's going to, but before you do that, Rowey, you've got to earn your points on your Macca's run after the game with My Macca's Rewards. Macca's SA, home of footy.
Charlie Dixon, good hands, good mark. It's coming back, it's magnificent kick by Charlie. Charlie's got space, Charlie's got the footy. Charlie Dixon!
Got a 7-save text. Hey, Stephen and the Smiling Assassin got my bib on ready to catch all the drool when Charlie comes on. Oh, Joe from Gawler. Welcome, Charlie. Can you see the drool?
There's no drool there, mate.
Nah. What have you done?
Don't know, mate. It's been one of those weeks where it's I tried to start running on Monday and I basically couldn't, and had a lot more soreness than I normally had, and even got a bit more walking around. So it's I've had a couple of scans and we're just sort of trying to find out a bit more, and there's a bit like a bone edema or something in there. I don't know the lingo.
Now, that was it. You said it the other day, and I said a bone of water?
Yeah, I don't even know. Someone said that, and I think I've just run with it. And a bone edema or something like that. So it's like a bit of stress and stuff in the ankle. And so talking to surgeons and stuff like that to try and get the best out, see what we can do, the best outcome. It's been a week where I was pretty excited because I was.
You were close last week.
I thought I was a close chance. So, body had another Yeah.
Another twist to it.
So lucky it's early in the season, and hopefully I can get this right, and then I'll come back 100%.
I don't like hearing multiple surgeons talk. So that sounds like they're either not sure or surgery. Can't you rehab it? What, can't you just rest it? Or
yeah, well that's basically the talk, is like whether we just rest it or we go in and tidy up the area that they've sort of looked at
to then speed up.
Because it's either, you look at it and go, all right, we'll give it 4 weeks. But then if after 4 weeks I'm in the same position, then we go in and have the surgery, and then there's another 4 weeks.
You wasted 4 weeks.
So
too much delay.
Yeah, pretty much. And
you're at the bus stop and there's no bus coming.
Exactly right. So I mean, it is. Yeah, it's just
they need you, mate. Oh, well. This isn't ideal, Charlie.
Now let's get it right. Let's fix it.
Exactly.
I might even sit in on the surgery. I'll have a look myself.
What are you going to do?
Oh, bona fide something or other.
Hey, it's been a searching review, a week on the track. Some real home truths told, we believe. Can you paint a picture of how it all panned out? Because that was a disappointing loss.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to get done at home like we did, it's disappointing. But I mean, it's funny with this town is 2-team town, and when you lose 2 in a row, round 1 and 2, people want blood. And it's pretty ridiculous, but I mean, yeah, we're all right. I mean, we've had some serious injuries, and we've got some serious outs, so we've just got to try and find our will in the contest again, and our work rate.
So you're telling me it's different than when you're at the Gold Coast?
Is that
what you're telling me? Just a bit more passion, you reckon?
Best thing about the Gold Coast, no one cared what we did, which was a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, true.
But no, it's it's round 2, so we're going all right. We just big game tonight, and we're just got to keep moving forward and trying to bring our game style in and hit the scoreboard.
So there was no problem getting the footy. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Boys got hold of the footy, so they got hold of it okay. Maybe just 1 or 2 extra ones force that high ball into 50 rather than, okay, you're straight, how about just kick it advantage side to us? You'd love that as a forward.
Exactly. No, that's it. And
was that identified?
Yeah, we did.
We did overuse it?
We did a lot of forward sort of 50 entry sort of stuff in the review. We say like we said, we had boys shoulders out running towards our goal, and we weren't able to capitalise that, and we basically sort of laced them out a few times, and that's sort of ball using, but then that's also forwards not getting in the right position and not doing work early and allowing working together and allowing a simple option for our kicker, because you want a kicker who basically can kick the ball to space for a forward to lead into and not try and kick it to the man.
A few blocks for each other?
A few blocks, mate. That's always handy, isn't it?
Toddy Marshall's one of the players that's copped a bit this week. Tell us how his week's been. Does he feel it? We know the talent of the lad. He needs a big game tonight. That's stating the obvious. Finlayson went out. A lot of people are... Crikey's, how'd he remain in the team? 4 kicks in both games. Talk to us about Todd Marshall, the lad. How does he cope with all that? Because there's been unbelievable pressure.
I don't know how he does, to be honest. He's a young kid, and what he does is unbelievable by any circumstances. And I don't know how he does it, because he is a young kid, and he's copped more stick than anyone I've ever seen. And to be honest, I mean, these people have no idea about the game. They don't know what they're doing. The people who comment on whatever and all the stuff he says, like, I'm sick of it. But he's a young kid trying to find his way, and he's had to step into a role that he doesn't normally play, which is my role, and he's trying to find his way through it. And I think, he's hasn't been himself, and like he's taken on that pressure as well, and he hasn't been able to perform the way he wanted to perform, but it's sometimes that's the way a game goes, and he just needs to be able to focus on the next contest and keep moving forward, because he's very valuable for us, and he will be the player that we know he's going to be. It's just going to take time, and he's getting there, but at the same time, he doesn't deserve the stick he's copping, and I'm sick of it, to be honest. I'm sick of all the crap that comes from media and fans.
Well, we're a part of it, but
exactly, you are.
you sound like a big brother there. I haven't called for his head. I'm surprised he's still in the team. I've never done that, and I wouldn't do that. But I loved hearing that passion, Charlie. You sounded like a big brother there. Have you felt you've had to put your arms around him this week?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like I would have liked to have more, but I haven't really been around the club that much this week. It's been, a bit, like I said, a bit of a crap week. But like I said, of course, I feel like he is my brother. You know, like, and he's a young kid who's come away from his family and had a lot of obstacles in his own way, and he's dealing with the way it is better than anyone he deals with stuff better than I know anyone could.
Well said. Lost his mum and dad.
Exactly. And, like, that's not giving him an out or anything like that. No. I'm just saying the kid is the strongest kid I've ever met in my life. And for what he cops, it's just unacceptable. And anyone... Yeah.
That is beautiful to hear, Tim, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Isn't that beautiful to hear?
See it in his eyes. What about down the other end? You've got a mate on the bus stop with you, Aaliyah. How did the operation go? What sort of time length do they say that he may be able to come back in?
He's gone all right. I think everything went really well. Like I said, I've been away from the club this week. I've had to just separate.
I thought he might have been on a bike with you already.
We were on a bike the other day. He's going all right. I think he's tracking fairly well. So hopefully he'll be back. He'll probably be back well before me. So yeah.
No, don't say that.
Jesus,
we don't want to hear that.
I'm just looking down over High Marsh Square. There's a couple of cars that have tailed into each other. They'll be ringing cattle crash. Fair dinkum. So you're confident tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've got to, obviously you got to respond from the week before, but no, I'm boys are fired up. I mean, there's nothing like a showdown, and especially, I mean, I think you can look forward to. You'd be excited after a game like we had last week to be able to have a showdown this weekend. To be able to
come at a perfect time.
Come at a perfect time.
6 day break. Bang,
bang straight into it, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm actually really excited. I'm going to be sitting on the bench, so hopefully try and help out. I don't know what I'm going to be doing down there. Headphones on, and
forwards.
I'll probably be yelling and carrying on. And
you were passionate.
Don't have the coach in your ears
about Toddy Marshall. You can see our sip and save text. The other bloke that gets canned and has this week has been your coach Ken Hinkley. You've got the same passionate plea on his behalf.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're out there trying to do everything we can to win a premiership and win, and like it's a process, and we've been going through that process, and we've made 2 prelims in a row, and like that is, I mean, like that's something I've never done. Obviously, the last 2 years, like I've done it, but it's like I know what it takes to get to that point, but I don't know what it takes to get to that next point, and that's what we're trying to figure out, and we are trying, and we are doing everything we can to do that. And like I said last week, just support us. Like, get behind us. Let's go. We're going to do it. Let's do it together. You want to do it together? You want to jump off?
Oh, bang! Don't look at me like that. I'm not on.
I'm not telling you that. I'm just saying.
Tim, get on. Look how he's looking at you.
I'm rusted on.
Get on Facebook now. 5AA. Have a look at Charlie. You need to. Don't worry about your bloody ankles. Suit up, son.
No, I just.
You'd kill people tonight.
Probably the wrong week to get me on. To be honest. I've had a bit of a shit week.
Loving it. I'm loving this. Where are the dogs? Get them out. Knock someone out. Fair dinkum.
Now, take your mind off these things. you normally like to get out, have a bit of a drive, you muck around, tinker with the cars and all that sort of thing. We've heard a bit of a rumour recently that you were putting on these very special sunglasses to actually...
Ray-Bans?
Could actually show the vision while you're driving. How cool's that?
Yeah, no, they're unbelievable. Actually, Adelaide Rally, we ended up... saw someone who was serving us coffee and they had cameras on and they showed us, and Ori went out and he got us both.
Ori from Penfolds, mate of all of us.
Wow. Yeah, he went straight out and bought us a pair, and then we had them while we were driving. And I use them for all my YouTube stuff. If I go down the drag strip, they're a 30-second clip. You hit the button and bang.
Wow. Get out.
It's awesome.
And God, I'd love a pair of them with Mama Bear.
I tell you what, I wouldn't want them on you.
No. So give us your YouTube again.
Yeah, Drive with Dixon.
Drive with Dixon.
Yeah, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that sort of stuff. It's sort of the only thing that sort of keep me sane at the minute.
You'll be right. Charlie, you'll be back. I got a little bone to pick on behalf of Jama's Kitchen, and Linda Jama rang me today. Chris was in, cooked a magnificent meal with Jade Robin. Did he what? Your player sponsor is Jama's Kitchen.
Yes.
And you were told by your football manager, CD, to ring your player sponsor and thank them for their generosity in supporting you. Linda's going, hello, Charlie. Could you pick up the blood and bone and ring Jama's, please?
Oh, Yeah, well, you said they came and cooked you dinner. They didn't cook me dinner. No, of course.
You've got McDonald's, mate.
I'm obviously flat out, mate. No, I'll give them a ring.
Please
definitely.
do.
I've been pretty bad with that sort of stuff lately, and
the lovely Linda.
But anyway, I'll get on. I'll even go around and
pop in, say good day.
Pop in, say hello.
Well, we might take Charlie ourselves.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and I'll bring some Rusden Black Guts because it's Rusden Black Guts Friday. You don't mind a little Shiraz, do you?
Yeah, every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then. I've just finished watching this series 1883. It's a prequel to Yellowstone. Do you watch all of them?
I've watched all that.
How good are they? You look like the cowboy in 1883.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to see you on a horse.
Well, funny this.
You look just like him.
I've got myself a nice black hat too, a Cobra, and I wear it when I'm doing stuff. When I'm actually mowing the lawn. I don't have a horse, but I ride the iron horse and put the cowboy hat on, and I look the part and. But yeah, got all the gear, no idea.
Get a photo of that with the glasses.
All the gear and no idea.
Like that.
So you have a gun or two?
Yeah. I would like to get a gun. Yes.
Yeah. Well, make sure you get it licensed. Don't get in trouble.
Yeah, that's one sort of little hiccup.
Yeah. If anybody has a word to say about Toddy Marshall, I've got a barrel up each nostril. Charlie, get yourself right.
I'm trying.
Please. And thanks to Macca's. Well done.
Absolutely. Now,
good to see you, son.
Macca's SA is the home of footy. And whether you're Port, Crows, doesn't matter, East, West, it's the home of the good feed after the game. Don't forget the app to earn your My Macca's rewards.
Hey, it's Callum here. It wasn't by chance that Edwardstown Mazda located themselves bang on South Road. They wanted to make it easy for people driving to the city, just like you, to get your car serviced. So no matter what make or model car you have, make a pit stop at Edwardstown Mazda for a logbook service. They can drop you into the city so you can forget about expensive parking fees, or borrow a new car for the day, which is what I like to do.
It's gotta be.
At Edwardstown Mazda, they'll do whatever works for you. edwardstownmazda.com.au.
On Sky News Australia, in a special investigation, Peter Credlin uncovers the unlikely allegiances being forged by those who want to win power.
This is the most important election in decades, and not all is as it seems.
With exclusive interviews from her network of insiders, the campaign uncovered. A Peter Credlin investigation, 7:30pm Tuesday on Sky News Australia. Watch on Foxtel, stream on Flash.
Super Weekend kicks off tomorrow at your local Cheapers Chips. Get out of the house, relax and entertain outdoors with 25% off all outdoor furniture. This includes market umbrellas, steel stacking chairs, polywood garden benches and so much more. And while you're outdoors, Cheapers Chips have 10% off the range of Hills clotheslines, including the Hills Everyday single folding frame line and Hills Everyday retracting 6 line. So don't miss the incredible savings on 10-litre evaporative coolers, gotta have one of those, $74.25 each. Box fans, $18.75 each. Pedestal fans, $18.75, and each a portable mini desk fans, those tiny little ones that keep you cool, just $7.50 each. For more Super Weekend deals, check the back page of this week's Cheapest Chips catalogue or head to your local Chip as Chips tomorrow and Sunday.
The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is giving you the chance to live mortgage-free in Henley Beach with a $4 million grand prize. Fully furnished and ready for you to move in. The 4-bedroom Scott Salisbury home has it all, including $1 million cash. Just imagine your housewarming party. Get your tickets today at homelottery.com.au and join the fight for cures and improved care for every South Australian. Licence M141166.
Dan Murphy's April catalogue is out now. Shop unbeatable catalogue offers in store or on the Dan Murphy's app today. But hurry, offers end Sunday, April 10. Choose to drink wise. Conditions apply. Dan Murphy's.
If you have a personal alert system that relies on a landline and is connected to your NBN modem, then be aware it may not be able to make an emergency call during a blackout. It's a worry, but Care Alert has a solution. You could be eligible to upgrade your system to the latest Care Alert Smart Dialer for only $99. That's right, $99. That's a massive 75% off. For more information, go to carealert.com.au or call 1300 75 85 95.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan, get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
10 to 5, Big After 5 with Port coach Ken Hinkley. This is our Friday Showdown 51 sports show. Thanks to Rusden Wines in the Barossa Valley. It is the home of the Black Guts Shiraz. rusdenwines.com.au. Time for this. It's $250. It's the mystery sports. There are 4 mystery sports. We'll give you number one. We'll give you a third. What's the third one? Let's just give them a clue.
The third one was 1990. Scotty Hodges kicking a record 153 goals. Unbelievable
He's
stuff.
a star.
There you go. So you've only got 3 to get.
So there's only another 3 to get. So 8223 0055. First caller through, you get a $50 Bro Hotel Group voucher.
How good's
Go
that?
to any of the Bros. You'll love that. So here's it.
Rowey's Sports Show Mystery Sports.
That's it! They've done it! The super sub!
Yes, he can. Tremendous effort.
Or has he? A standing ovation. 50,000 people at Football Park salute the champion.
Fine tackle. What a magnificent tackle.
Well, there you go. 8223 0055. The other clue, there might be a pig in the last one. It's for the Bro Hotel Group. Mystery spot. Well, we've got to give him a leg up.
You're doing well.
People think it's too hard.
Yep, make it
And
easy
if
for
they
him,
keep
mate.
thinking it's too hard, we're going to have to change the bloody thing up. Now, get on the blower. You've got one. You should get the other 2 easy. You get a $50 Bro Hotel Group voucher anyway. Get to it.
Hey, let's check your traffic first. Get amazing deals on Mitsubishi and used cars at Wavell Mitsubishi and Southern Mitsubishi, all driven by Australian Motors.
Couple of best waterways to look out for on the drive home. One at Modbury, Grand Junction Road near North East Road. Down at 1 lane outbound. Another one at Houghton, North East Road near Houghton Hollow Road. And Hope Valley, Urgent Electrical Works, Reservoir Road near Hyson Avenue. Busy South Road near Anzac Highway from an earlier collision. And we've got cameras Port Wakefield Road, Waterloo Corner. States Road, Morford Vale. The Reject Shop has all your Easter holiday savings. Easter eggs and confectionery from just $1. Easter decorations from just $2. Don't miss out. Hurry into the Reject Shop today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Hey, Big Jimmy, well done. You're through.
Thank you.
Are you
Thank
big,
you.
Big Jimmy or Little Jimmy?
Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy.
Wee Jimmy.
I got a little Jimmy. Little Jimmy.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I know you do.
I like
My
little
son-
Jimmys. Do you want to hear it
my
again?
son just-
Huh?
My son just had a little Jimmy today as
Oh,
well.
God bless.
Congratulations.
Is that
Thank
your
you.
first grandson?
Second.
Oh, well done. Well, I got mine in about 8 weeks' time. I don't know whether it's a boy or a girl, little Jimmy.
Good luck.
You're a grandfather
I am
too.
indeed. Papa Tim.
Papa, is that what they
Yep,
call you?
Same height as Papa Smurf, just different colour.
All right, Jimmy, away you go. Number 1.
I'm thinking it's Tim Evans.
Okay, number 2.
And I didn't hear the second one, but the third one, you said it
Is
already.
Scotty Hodges, the great Scotty. Number 4. Number
Rick
4.
Davies?
No, sorry. You know what?
I didn't.
You know what? You've got one, the one that Timmy gave you. Scotty Hodges kicks a goal record. But we'll give you a $50 Barrow Hotel Group voucher.
Thanks, guys, and go Adelaide United.
Yeah,
yes,
well, they play
yes.
tomorrow against Melbourne
tomorrow
Victory.
night, Melbourne Victory.
Let's stick it up the Vics.
Yeah, he plays his
Let's-
200th game, Jimmy. Beautiful.
Jimmy, let's stick it fair up those Vics.
I love it. For the perfect
They're
meal.
the best games, those ones, aren't they?
Absolutely. For the perfect meal, anytime, head to the Barrow Hotel, the Albion, Birkenhead, Excelsior and Sundowner in Whyalla.
Okie dokie, it's 5 to 5. Let's cross live now to Adelaide Oval. Joining us, Channel 7's Theo Doropoulos. Theo, thanks for your time. Crows and Port Sample Showdown.
Rowey, how are you, mate? Massive. It's good to have people back.
Yeah. Are they filing in?
Yeah, there's a couple of early birds watching on, mate. It's a pretty good game so far. It's, the Crows by 11, and I reckon there's a couple thousand getting in early.
Okay, what time of the quarter is it?
It is 11 minutes gone in the second, 29 to 18. Adelaide leading. They kicked away early and seen a few good bits and pieces from a couple of AFL-listed names, and I'll preempt where we're going. All the focus is on Riley Philthorpe and what he's been able to do, mate. He's been pretty good. He's got up the ground a little bit. He's got most of the possession on the wing, and he set up a goal early in the first term as well. Nice little mark, kick to Shane McAdam on a lead back towards goal. I know the Crows want to see him get a bit more of the contest work sort of sorted and can make a bit more of a contest of it inside 50, but he's been around the ground and he's looked pretty tidy.
Hey, Theo, conditions there and any advantage either end?
Yes, a breeze to the northern end, I'd say, but other than that, absolutely perfect. There'll be absolutely no excuses tonight.
Finlayson gone back and done the right thing? He getting a few kicks?
He's been pretty good, actually, Rowey. Him and Dersma have combined a little bit. Dersma's got the ball in the middle of the ground now, and he's gone out wide. The Williams has also been pretty good, but Finlayson's been okay. He's led up the ground, currently deep forward on Nick Murray. Just obviously hasn't got it done in the AFL side in the last couple of weeks, so looking to rediscover a bit of form, but a bit of a low-scoring one. The one to look out for, Jackson Haitley. He's been pretty energetic through the middle of the ground too, guys.
Well done, Theo. Thanks for your time. We'll speak to you just before 6.
All right, Rowey. See you, mate.
Great work, Theo Doropoulos there for 7 News. First at 6. They do a great job over there. Crows v Port Sandful Showdown. Looks like it's a pretty tough game. Now, the last time these two played in the Sandful Showdown, Crows walloped them last week by over 100 points.
Nasty.
So it looks like you boys have pulled your finger out.
Thank you.
Well, you needed
Let's
to.
hope it continues.
What, in the big game?
In the big one.
Yeah. Now, we've got Bix after the break, so we're looking forward to that. And Bix will have with him a very special guest. And we thank Port for giving us Ken Hinkley. I mean, the day of a showdown, under all the pressure they are, the way they've been playing. Our Where Are They Now for Walco Guardian pool covers is an absolute great. Can you remember him? Peter Hudson?
Do I what? What a champion.
1,500
punted them all through, too.
He did.
Unbelievable the way he kicked.
He was just unbelievable. So
Tasmanian.
He is.
Champion.
So Rusden Wines in the Barossa Valley. It's the home of the Black Gut Shiraz. Our Friday Showdown 51 show.
He's the king of breakfast TV and the chairman of The Power. And each Monday, David Kosh joins David and Will on 5AA Breakfast.
Koshy, I've just been going through the Malinauskas government front bench. Premier Peter Malinauskas, Port tragic. Treasurer Stephen Mulligan, Port tragic. Transport Minister Tom Koutsantonis, lippy loudmouth Port tragic. What is going on? This is a Port Adelaide conspiracy, this government.
Catch Koshy each Monday on 5AA Breakfast.
No one likes to wait, especially if you're waiting for something really amazing, like a new Mazda. Lucky, you won't have to wait too long at Mawson Lakes Mazda. Right now, you'll find new stock and demos right across the range, which means there's no compromise. You'll get everything you want and love in your new Mazda. Get behind the wheel of your dream Mazda sooner. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Take racing to the next level with Top Toed Exotics. Place an exotic bet, including a quaddie, at Randwick, Ascot and Bendigo this Saturday and get the top toed price across all 3 tabs. Take it to the next level. Gamble responsibly.
Now look, we've all got our favourites in life, and there's nothing better than a trip up the hill to the Barossa. Ancient soils, old vines, and plenty of those first-class wines. Now I must stop, and while you're there, go and see me mates at Rusden. Now, I know Rowey thinks they're his mates, but they're really my mates. It's as simple as that. They're poor people. I've done the trip, and there's nothing better than sitting in front of that fireplace with a glass of the old faithful black guts. The Rusden family boasts 7 generations of grape growing experience, and they reckon they've got a pretty special patch of dirt out there. Now, it's an ideal climate, so they can produce their quality wines year in, year out. They're quality wines, and trust me, you will not be disappointed. It's a great time of year, footy's back, and the footy season means red season. So do yourself a favour and make your next red a Rusden. Check them out at rusdenwines.com.au.
This is Brad. Brad loves his aircon set to a frosty 16 degrees. But Brad has a problem. He gets the gilts having it on all day. Well, Brad, save your gilts for giving the family frostbite. Because NRG Solar gives you electricity guilt-free. Just guilt-free cold air all day long.
Electricity guilt-free with NRG.
Maybe I'll sing next time, Brad. NRGsolar.com.au.
Hear that? That's the sound of the wild calling. And it's calling you. The chimpanzee is one of over 500 animals that you'll experience at Bonato Safari Park. The wild is calling. Are you listening? Book your tickets online at monatosafari.com.au.
From humble beginnings, big things grow. Garden Grove is celebrating 40 years of supplying the garden that you want. Join our birthday weekend celebrations on Saturday and Sunday, April 9th and 10th. Be inspired by free talks across the weekend from Sophie Thompson, Gardening Australia, Haiti Sutherland, Indoor Jungle, and Matt Dorm from Lawn Porn. Enjoy music, barbecue, beautiful garden atmosphere, and grab a bargain. For more info, visit gardengrove.com.au.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Late tonight, a low of 11 with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamara.
All new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander with 10-year warranty, 10 years capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi.
SA has recorded 2 more COVID-related deaths as the number of active cases passes 33,000. A child under 5 has passed away. She had severe underlying health issues. The other death was a woman in her 80s. Case numbers today have once again topped 5,000. Professor Nicola Spiria says she's keeping a close eye on the stats to determine when they'll peak.
I don't think we're quite there yet, but we just need to get a bit more data in, and by that I mean just watch and see what happens over the next few days.
The SACE Merit Ceremony for High Achieving Year 12s at Government House is back on. The SACE Board decided to cancel the face-to-face event amid rising COVID cases, but a backlash from parents and support from the new Education Minister Blair Boyer has seen it reinstated.
I've spoke to SACE and to the SACE Board and made it abundantly clear to them that the new Premier and myself want to find a way that we can have this. We think it's possible. We will work with them and provide whatever support there is to see the merit ceremony take place in person as it should.
4 sailors arrested over a huge cocaine haul off the York Peninsula have faced court. The Filipino men didn't apply for bail and will reappear later this month. They're accused of importing 416 kilos of cocaine worth more than $250 million. It's the biggest cocaine bust in South Australian history. Labor is defending its aged care plan as the federal government claims the policy has not been thought through. Michael Packey reports.
Opposition leader Anthony Albanese says he'll fix the aged care sector if Labor wins the federal election. As part of his $2.5 billion pledge, facilities would be required to have a nurse on site around the clock. Mr Albanese admits this may take some time to achieve.
If you have no plan to even try to get additional nurses, then you won't get any.
From July, aged care homes must have a nurse on their premises for 16 hours a day. Prime Minister Scott Morrison says extending this could have dire consequences.
You could see aged care facilities close, particularly in regional areas.
Both sides will back a wage rise for nursing home staff based on what the Fair Work Commission recommends later this year.
Australia will provide Bushmaster military vehicles to Ukraine following a request by the country's president. Volodymyr Zelensky made the plea during a wartime address to federal parliament as he continues to battle Russia's invasion. The federal government has increased military aid to Ukraine by $25 million to $116 million. Now turning to 5AA Sport. Port Adelaide is promising a big response in tonight's showdown after a disappointing start to the season. Port forward Charlie Dixon is out with injury but has told Rowey and Tim Ginniver the boys are raring to go.
We're all right. I mean, we've had some serious injuries and we've got some serious outs, so we've just got to try and find our will in the contest again and our work rate.
Pakistan has set up a decider in the third men's one-dayer against Australia. It pulled off a record run chase to win after being set a target of 349. And Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis have been knocked out of the men's doubles in the semi-finals at the Miami Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Complete windscreens, same-day service and best price guaranteed. Proudly South Australian since 1976. Complete windscreens.
Look out for a smash at Cumberland Park. That's on Goodwood Road near Grange Road, causing delays. A few burst waterways on the drive home. One at Modbury, Grange Junction Road near North East Road, down a one-lane outbound, pretty slow going. Another one at Houghton, North East Road near Houghton Hollow Road. Hope Valley, look out for urgent electrical works there. Reservoir Road near Hyacinth Avenue with cameras, Baines Road, Morford Vale, Commercial Road, Salisbury North. The Shell Coles Express Great Aussie Road Trip booklet is free with page after page of ideas to keep the kids happy on the road. Pick up your free copy in-store while stocks last. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight, a low of 11. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 23. Sunday, partly cloudy, 23. And Monday, sunny, 25. Right now, it's 22 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
See the extraordinary vision of the moment innocent residents are attacked with firebombs in Adelaide's west. A young child dies from COVID in Adelaide, as authorities reveal when close contact rules could be scrapped. Car crime on the rise, how you can protect yourself. Plus a new buy now pay later scheme for rent and fuel. I'm Brenton Raglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
Yeah, big last hour too, thanks to Rudston Wines in the Barossa Valley. It is the home, the Black Guts Shiraz, our Friday footy show. Bix, very, very shortly. Ken Hinkley will join us from Adelaide Oval. How lucky are we there? And Peter Hudson is our special Walco. Where are they now? Which is superb.
Absolutely, but before we do that, rediscover the road in the all-new Toyota Land Cruiser 300 at Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park.
Number 26, the captain, Mark Bickley.
The skip, Mark Bickley.
Bix, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can I just say one thing about Peter Hudson? Yeah. Apart from the fact he wore number 26, which is a pretty good number, I saw a note this week that said if Peter Hudson played the same amount of goals as Buddy Franklin, he would have kicked just under 1,800.
Oh,
that's the average per game. It was just under 5 a game, I think.
It was 4.56.
That's right, yeah. So times
the
that
highest
by
of any player.
300 and something.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal, isn't it? And
it
so
is.
Toddy Lockett, who we admire as the greatest ever, 1,300. We're talking about a bloke nearly 1,800.
Unbelievable.
That'd be 500 more.
Wow. Well, when you put his Tasmanian League footy in with his Hawthorn footy, over 1,500 goals.
And caught a chopper to a game. That was impressive as well.
I might ask him, did they run out to your 1,500? I might have to ask him that. Hey, Bix, this game, generally you'd say first to 100 wins, but it might be first to 60.
Yeah, well...
How do you see it?
Both sides have got some scoring issues, haven't they? So it's going to be interesting to see how they try and adjust, what they try and do. And it's really interesting because I've always thought... I've looked at the two teams this week because everyone's asking who's going to win, and I've always thought that Port's list is so much stronger, but when you start to look at the injuries now, Dixon and Gray and Fantasia, Aaliyah, Cleary, Farrell, Dersma's now Dersma's out of the side through form issues, and there's a couple of others as well I haven't read out. That is a big talent loss. Yeah. So it really does even the talent
in key spots, Big.
Yeah,
correct.
Crows have got Sloan and Walker out, and probably they're two of the players they would least want out because they're very experienced. I still think Port probably have less adjustments to make to get closer to their best than what Adelaide do. You know, Adelaide talked about, we fumbled under pressure, we weren't able to execute under pressure. Well, guess what? The pressure ain't going away. Whereas Port Adelaide's, I think, was defensively, structurally, it was poor. A little bit was of effort, you know, around the footy in their forward half. But
they won it.
Not pressuring, yeah. So I feel like they can do some tweaks and get better relatively quickly, whereas Adelaide, it's a bigger gap to make up, I would say.
Bix, that's what I like about you. You can always correct me. And I came in and said to you, mate, I can't remember a showdown where the two teams are coming in with such poor form. And you said, we've got short memories, Timmy.
Well, anyways, it's quite significant for me because my first ever game where I was interim coach was against Port Adelaide. Yeah. And Matthew Primus was coaching, and I think Port Adelaide had won 2 or 3 for the year, and guess what? We'd won 3 for the year, and it was about round 16 or 17. So they were, you know, both teams were at a pretty low ebb.
Did it reach any great heights, that one?
Well, it did for us. We won.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only height you want to reach.
You should still be coaching.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
One in a showdown.
Nathan Van Berlo won the showdown medal. But when you look at the side, there's some handy young blokes in there. Walker and Sloan and Dangerfield were all young players just sort of making their way. So they always had a little bit of raw talent nucleus there. I'm not sure there's quite that same nucleus of quality at Adelaide at the minute.
I want to play you this grab. This is Matty Nix, Crows coach, at yesterday's presser.
We had a week on the track like I haven't seen. Well, actually, I have. The last time we did it, we came out and turned things around. So I'm confident we'll come Friday night into a huge game. Yeah, we'll pack this joint out. Our members and supporters will come out. We'll put on a show for them.
Love his positivity. And you can't be anything but positive.
Well, yeah, it doesn't leave you anywhere to go, though, does it?
Well, they have to win.
That's it.
But well, hang on. They probably don't have to win, but just give their absolute best against a team that most think will beat them.
But
you think or not? Or are you sick of the scragging and horrible losses, so to speak?
What you just said, they have to come out and give their absolute best. I don't know. I grew up in a different time, Tim, but I reckon John Cahill, if you said, I'll go out and give it my best, he would have said, well, that's a given, isn't it? I think that's a given for everyone, that we go out and give our best. Every team wants to go out and give their best. Every team wants to win every time they go out there.
So if your best isn't good enough,
but
you've got to produce something that is.
Well, but you've got to get close to your best. And if you're not getting close to your best...
Well, Port weren't last week and all the Crows. I think that's what he's saying. Let's get back to our best.
Yeah, well...
We've all had bad games. Teams had bad games. We've all been smoked.
Yeah. All I'm saying is you don't leave yourself anywhere to go. If you've had your best training week on the track ever, we've prepared the best we've ever prepared, and you don't perform, where do you go from there? Where do you go?
Well, out. Well, eventually you will be. Well, if you keep losing, you're not giving your best.
Well, at the moment, he's really backing his players in. He's backing his players, and we'll get better, and we'll keep doing that. Well, eventually, though, you've got to say, that's not up to the level. And guess what? If it's not up to the level, I can't keep playing you. If you produce a quarter out of every 4, I can't keep doing that. And so there's some standards that have to be met regularly. And if you can't meet the standards, get someone out. And let's have a look at Tarek Newchurch. Let's have a look at Borlays, because who knows? They might just jump out of the ground. Because when Charlie Cameron played his first game, I'll tell you, there was a few of us sitting around the table when we picked him and said, I'm just not sure if he's ready. But guess what? He surprised us. And just like Rory Laird was a rookie, so nobody took him with the first 70 picks, he's actually turned out all right. Some people, when they're given an opportunity, can find a way.
They want it bad.
Yeah, and they want it. And guess what else happens? If you start to say, we're not going to stand for this, and you push some players out and you give some kids a go, everyone else gets a bit nervous as well and say, gee, am I next? And then
that's where they need to be.
Well,
I agree 100%.
Well, and it's only round 2 at the moment, but I think if it doesn't start to work soon, that's what Matthew Nicks will be forced to do in terms of these are the standards that have to be met, and if they're not, we've just got to keep turning the players over until someone will start to meet them.
Bix, we had the Crows CEO on, Tim Silvers, and asked the question about their director, Mark Rasciuto, making the comments he did, and I said, Nixie's come out in the paper and said it didn't bother him. I asked if it bothered anybody else. I'm not sure where that answer went, but it went around a while to say
didn't.
They didn't have a chat.
He can do what he wants.
By the sounds of it. So what's your take on it? And is it just too difficult for Roo to play both roles?
Look, we've discussed this a lot, and it's not just Mark Rasciuto, it's Luke Darcy, it's Jason Dunstall, it's Eddie Maguire. There's a lot of people that try and do that. Very few of them do it without coming undone at certain stages, and so if that's what you sign up to do and that's what you're prepared to let someone do that and be a director because you think the positives outweigh the negatives, well, every now and then you're going to roll with it.
Yeah.
In the end, I don't think that Matthew Nicks or Tim Silver and Mark Rasciuto, they talk a lot, and it mightn't have upset anyone. But here's what happens. That gets put into the memory bank by everyone in the media. And in 3 or 4 weeks' time, someone will say, if Adelaide have another bad game, Roo, how have you judged them? Because this loss was worse than the Collingwood loss. And then it starts to be, so they're not improving. You said they couldn't kick and they couldn't handball and they couldn't play any worse. Well, guess what? This game was worse than that Collingwood game. Is Matthew Nicks improving? You selected Matthew Nicks. Are you getting what you selected? So it just opens this can of worms around that comment, I promise you, will come back at some stage and be put to him and say, well, you said that back then about round 2. Things have got worse. So what are you going to do about it? And can you continue to back the coach? Can you continue to back list management if the players aren't right? So at the moment it might seem like, it's not a bit of an issue, but I just feel like you give the media ammunition to be able to use that against you at some stage.
And look, I'd agree with his comments just in its entirety on that game, if it was just about that game.
But it sounded broader.
But I wonder if all the coaches...
I think the context was probably that game. You know, he talked about free kicks.
But that's what I'm saying.
But when it's in the written word, it always looks worse.
I know.
And that could have been a 10-minute conversation, and it could have been one thing. And like I said, in that, this week it won't be an issue, but at some stage that'll get thrown back at either Matthew Nicks, and similarly, all week Matthew Nicks has been batting that away. Like that's one It's one more thing that he had to bat away that potentially he didn't have to worry about if one of the directors didn't say it.
I wonder whether Nixie would put that on the little blackboard for the boys to read on the way out, quote unquote, Mark Rasciuto. Would it inspire the group, the players? No. And I wonder whether the players all agree with it or whether they're peed off with it. A few of them weren't that happy in the media.
Oh, look, I think they would look at that and say, well, if we actually didn't fumble and we didn't stuff things up, people got nothing.
That's exactly right.
So there's that part of it. And then the next part of it, I don't know, I might be different to a lot of people, but I haven't met all that many players that get fired up and want to run through a brick wall because of a newspaper article pinned on the wall. Like,
my coaches used to use them.
Yeah, I know, but
Gorgie used to use them.
But that was a different
Barber
era.
Used to use
That's
them.
when they used to yell and scream at you to get you. The people these days, I would think the blokes that are really successful, I reckon 90% of them are intrinsically motivated. They are the ones that know where they need to get to and what they need to do. And if you can't get yourself up for a showdown, you need someone to pin an article on a board or to yell and scream at you to go out and play good footy. I reckon
you're going to be dropped.
Something's missing. Yeah. That's what
I was that missing one.
I don't know. Maybe I'm different.
No, you're not. That's what made you a great Bix. You were intrinsically driven. You were that kid that just needed to get a chance and shine. That's why you pushed that, and I love that about you. Timmy, which one were you? Me or Bix?
Oh, I was nobody.
Just say you were. Just say you were you.
You were very good. It was Timmy.
Exactly.
Hey, after the break, we got Ken Hinkley. We're looking forward to that.
Yes, if you want to take a proper test drive of the all-new Toyota Land Cruiser 300 with the brand new 3.3 litre twin-turbo V6 diesel engine, I'll tell you what, it's the most powerful diesel Land Cruiser yet. You can get it and have a look at it and drive it from Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park.
Yeah, well, we're going to check your traffic now, and we're going to do it on amazing deals of Mitsubishi and used cars at Wayville Mitsubishi, a southern Mitsubishi driven by Australian Motors.
Look out for crash at Cumberland Park on the drive home, Goodwood Road near Grange Road. Few burst water mains to look out for too. One at Modbury, Grange Junction Road near North East Road, down to one lane outbound, and another one at Houghton, North East Road near Houghton Hollow Road. Urgent electrical works at Hope Valley, Reservoir Road near Hyson Avenue, and we've got cameras Bagster Road, Salisbury North, Perry Bar Road, Hallett Cove. Jack's Tyres and Auto are now open in Gillis Plains and Edwardstown. Call Jack's today to make a booking. Jack's Tyres and Auto, peace of mind driving. Search Jack's. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
AFL legend Lethal Lee Matthews joins Rowey's Sports Show each Wednesday from 5 p.m. to discuss all things AFL. Thanks to St Kilda Beach Hotel. If there's one thing footy folk know, it's legends. And the schnitzels at St Kilda Beach Hotel are legendary.
This is the sound of Julian's bargain price vacuum with deep express suction. This is the sound of Julian trying to fix his bargain price vacuum, which infuriates him deeply. Yes, this is the sound of bargain regret. When it comes to the important stuff, like insurance, don't risk it. Go to Amy instead. Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by AAI Limited Trading as Amy, read the PDS at amy.com.au. TMD also available.
The roar of the crowd. The excitement in the stands before the teams run out. That first bounce. There's nothing like round one of the Host Plus Sandful League. It's catching up and standing together with mates. It's tradition. It's quality footy. It's a day of entertainment and free entry for the kids. And it's those classic game day vibes. Round one of the Host Plus Sandful League this weekend. Nothing beats it. Visit sandful.com.au for match info.
When it comes to sport, it's so important to help protect our kids from head impacts and concussion. Now, I want to tell you some really important stats to think about. As many as 50% of concussions may go unreported. Concussions account for 90% of all traumatic brain injuries in kids, and 25% of childhood concussions come from playing sport. Now, they are compelling stats, but thankfully, there's now a product exclusively available through Bupa Dental Care, and it's called Hit IQ. Now, Hit IQ is a smart mouthguard that registers head impacts. Interestingly, a lot of the AFL players are wearing the Hit IQ mouthguards today as we speak, I guess, in the competition. Sensors within the Hit IQ mouthguard detect impacts, which are then collated and assessed. After the game, there are alerts that are sent to the Hit IQ app, which is on your phone, informing you of how many, if any, head impacts that have been detected by the mouthguard and how severe they can be. Remember, head impacts can have lasting impacts for kids, so help protect them from the sidelines with a Hit IQ mouthguard, only available through Bupa Dental Care. Find out more and book a consult at bupadental.com.au.
You've heard of craft beers, sour beers, hoppy beers, malty beers, wild yeast beers, Rolling Stone beers, Indian pale beers and home brew beers. But But do you ever want just beer? Every Friday at 7:22, Just Beer is just $5. And for just $5, it's always just as cold, just as frothy, and just as tasty. Just like always. Just a pub the way it's meant to be, with classic favourites on tap for just $5 every Friday. Visit 722 Bar and Bistro, Port Road, Beverley.
Hurry into IGA today for great late week specials on Cheeky Brothers Pizza, 600 to 650 grams, selected varieties, only $7.50 each. Offer in Sunday, April 3, while stocks last. Excludes local grocer and Foodland.
For the best deal, best service and best experience, you've always gone to Agostino Mitsubishi. Well, here's another incredible reason to visit the team at Nailsworth and Elizabeth, and it's an Australian first. Get 10-year warranty and 10-year cap price servicing on the entire Mitsubishi range. You heard right, that's an incredible 10-year warranty and 10-year cap price servicing on the entire Mitsubishi range. Check it out at Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth. Exclusions and conditions including Mitsubishi servicing apply.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
Yeah, we're bloody lucky to get this access. Just 3 hours. We're just under until Showdown 51. Joining us is Port's coach Ken Hinkley. Ken, thanks for your time.
Evening, Stephen.
Good man. Was a tough searching week from all accounts. You confident you've identified the problems and tonight they can be fixed?
Yeah, certainly. It's been a difficult week. One we brought upon ourselves, so that's one that we have to live with and deal with. We have to be prepared to look and search deep to make sure we can uncover the reasons for some of our issues at the moment. And we feel like we've had a good review process through the week. We understand the challenges of the game tonight. We've got obviously a showdown to go, and it's a big game for both clubs, obviously.
Ken, you mentioned you're happy that you identified a couple of the reasons. One, I think, is of course you didn't deliver it well into your forward line, but two, you would have been disappointed with how easily it came out at times. So there's a bit of offence in there and a bit of defence in there. Did you focus on both, or did you give one the priority over the other?
We certainly spent some time on our defence, Mark, which is it's clear that we didn't convert the way we'd like. We understand some of the challenges with our going forward stuff at the moment, and they've been there for a little while. But our defence has typically stood up really well and held us in games most of the time. And unfortunately, last week, once the game got away from us, our defence really broke, and that's where we spend our time. If I can be really clear, we spend time on trying to make sure that we're really hard and difficult to play against at the very least.
They seem to get in behind you fairly comfortably. Are you being too aggressive with your starting positions as the key defenders, or is that just the downstream effect of not putting pressure as they come out of your forward half?
Well, it's a bit of both, mate. As you know, it's never quite one or the other. But the reality is that teams occasionally get through any team. But for us, we've got a really consistent record of making sure our aggressive defence is always held us in good stead. So it's not something that we should sit there and go, we should be frightened of being aggressive in our defence, as long as we can get some pressure initially on the ball, and then we're making some decisions early in defence to get to the right spots on the ground to cover the areas that opposition may take the ball away from you on. Who's your second ruck tonight, Ken? Who's our second ruck tonight? Well, we use different people as we would most weeks, but obviously we've got Scooter that plays ruck, we've got Todd that will help out a little bit in the ruck, and we've got other opportunities for us that we can turn to, which we'll keep to ourselves just at the moment. That's okay. We had Charlie Dixon in earlier, and he spoke like an older protective brother on Toddy Marshall. He can't believe the putrid comments that come from the media and supporters on the back of him, and he couldn't have spoken more glowingly of the quality of the lad. But it is time for Todd to pay back your faith, isn't it? Oh yeah, I think no doubt, and Todd would be the first person to say that. And when I spoke to Todd this week, he knows exactly where he's at. He knows exactly what's missing from his game. He's giving his all, and he's not always getting the results that he would certainly like, and one that we certainly need. So to put it just fairly and squarely on Todd's is just a little unfair. But the reality is Todd's an AFL footballer who has to stand up when the time comes, and that's right now. But the game will tell you over and over again. I'm standing out here watching the Stanford play currently, and I see a number one pick still playing in the seconds at the Crows, and you think it takes it. And I've worked with Tom Hawkins, and Tom Hawkins, I can tell you now, Tom Hawkins in his first 4 or 5 years as a footballer had as many up and down days as you can imagine. But he's now one of the real good forwards of the game. So it just takes time, and unfortunately, we all are a little impatient, and that's Todd himself too. He should be impatient because he wants to be better than he has been so far.
Jed McEntee is almost purpose-built. You talk about pressure. It's probably one of the reasons why you recruited him. I'm guessing he's going to be pretty fired up to make an impact tonight.
Yeah, look, I think he will, Vix. It's really his first opportunity at AFL level. He played one game only as a sub, and I was really disappointed in myself for making that decision. But we're at a stage last year where we'd lost every one of our small forwards, and we were looking for someone that could help us if we needed. And Jed played the role and came on and played in the game against St Kilda. I think only got a few minutes, but he did what he could. But the reality is, his first game, from my view, is tonight, and his first go is to apply pressure. He's a physical little player who likes getting after the oppo. He won't be getting out of the way of anything, and they'll certainly know he's out there. He's got some speed and hardness.
What are the Crows' strengths or threats in your eyes, Ken, that you're planning for tonight?
Oh, look, the Crows, I think they play a chaotic game at times. I think that their offense is a little unpredictable at times because you're not quite sure exactly which way it's going to go. But their outnumbered game is what they generate everything off, I think, is their ability to keep coming back to the ball. And they certainly can do that. And Laird's back in the team tonight. They've got a midfield group that continually hunt after the footy, and then they use the ball in the forms that they can. They can kick and catch, and they've been copping a little bit around kicking the ball and not kicking the ball. But the reality is, when they get some open field space, they can be damaging.
Crows and Port Sample showdowns on at the moment. Can you give us a quick score before we let you get back in the rooms?
I think the Crows by about 4 goals at half time.
Okay.
So it did come down just before the siren. I think it was 17 points at one stage, and then they may have kicked 1 or 2 just before the end.
Ken, good luck. Thanks for your time. I reckon this one's going to be an absolute belter, and on game day to have this access, we're very lucky, so thank you, and all the best.
Good on you, Rowey. Thanks, Bix.
Yeah, thank you.
Good man. Ken Hinkley there. I mean, it is special that we get a coach on game day. Showdown 51, super important one. They're sitting 0-2. It's a showdown. They need to win, and they'd be pretty confident they've got the team to do so, Tim.
Look, they would. They'd just be so disappointed about what happened last week. They'd be keen to make amends for it.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a doomsday scenario for the loser, isn't it?
It
really?
is.
There's not much to...
The North 3 is going to hurt tomorrow.
North 3 hurts. You get beaten by your...
I think it hurts
your
Port
traditional rival. Yeah, there's... I'm guessing both coaches haven't even thought about what that looks like.
Well, I'm thinking out of my back pocket here, Bix, because it's Black Guts, Rusden Wine.
You've made some bets, haven't you?
I've made some bets with a lot of Port people because they're busting to have a Black Guts.
Can I say I had a taste today? I was down at the Kentish Arms with a couple of great friends from...
I thought you were up about
No, I literally had... I wet my whistle.
Well, I actually thought he had red.
No, not at all.
No.
But yes,
It's
very
beautiful.
nice. It is very
Anyway, so I've had a number of bets with our listeners that the Crows will win both showdowns.
So now your point of view is a little bit...
Very nervous.
Christian, He's clouded. He's clouded.
Hey, Bix, great to see you. Well, we'll join you at 7 o'clock.
Head down
so
there.
it'll be Wilds, Bix, Timmy G, and my good self at 7 o'clock. Showdown 51. So I think Bix will head straight down. We're going to do a pre-record with VB. We're going to speak to him.
Yes, catch up with him.
Afternoon.
Yeah, and it's, of course, showdowns. I don't lose any of
they're
their spirit or fun at all. And I'm sure just mention, you see a few people around there getting down there. I think there's going to be a really good crowd. There's a bit of a buzz around the city. Also, if you want to take a proper test drive of the all-new Toyota Land Cruiser 300, get a look at this. It's got the brand new 3.3-litre twin-turbo V6 diesel engine. It's the most powerful diesel Land Cruiser yet from Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park.
Well done, Bix. We'll see you then. And after the break, thanks to Walco Guardian Pool Cover, our Where Are They Now? An absolute AFL legend, Timmy.
Absolute
He's an
legend.
icon. His name is Peter Hudson.
FIVEAA Breakfast.
Anthony Albanese's